welcome to episode 32 of Crochet Moments. I'm Helen and this is my channel where I like to talk about all things yarn related, mostly knitting and crochet. I do a little bit of cross stitch occasionally, which hasn't been shown for a little while. I'd like to say welcome to the one new subscriber that I've had these last 2 weeks, and welcome back to all my returning subscribers. You all know who you are. You're a lovely cohort of lovely ladies. So welcome back, and I hope that I don't get too boring today because I don't have huge amounts to show because I'm trying to work my whips. Trying to get down that whip pile and make some actual progress, and it's still going very slowly. Mostly the last couple of weeks I've been working on my knit now knit along, and I have a finished object but I don't have it with me because I finally finished the cornelian socks. Is that what they were called? Can't even remember. And Catherine loved them so much that she quickly picked them up, put them on, and I haven't seen them since. So they're probably languishing in the bottom of the laundry basket as we speak. So when they're all clean, I shall try and remember to show you that next time. So what have I been up to this last couple of weeks? Some work. Mostly work. That's about it. Bit boring really. Work, knitting, crochet. We went to a garden centre where I was really good and did not buy yarn. Mainly because Simon told me not to. And funds were running low after going over budget at Bakewell. I've had some happy mail, which was a lovely surprise. I was not expecting it at all. And a tiny bit of incoming. Yeah, that's about it really. So let's get straight into it. So obviously no finished objects to show today. Let's start with my smallest whip. Where's it gone? Where has it gone? I had it literally like 20 seconds ago. Just a sec. He was hiding. So, let's get the project bag as well. Right, okay. So I've done a little bit of amigurumi, not a huge amount. He's not finished, but here he is so far. So this is my monster from Edward's Imaginarium. He's got a bright pink hairdo, which I really enjoyed making, and it's very cool. So this was actually some just literally tiny scraps I had of some Starcraft in this colour. I don't think I have much hair. I am molting all over the place at the moment. I have no idea. Just everywhere I go, it's almost like handfuls of my hair is coming away. I haven't got a clue what's going on there. But yes, so here he is. So I do have an arm done. Here's his first arm. So I've given him some matching claws in the bright pink. So that's the first arm, which is actually incredibly long for the body. But I suppose once the legs are on, it probably won't look so bad. But that's going to go there. It just seems really big. But he's so cute. So this is, and I'm halfway on his second arm. So I haven't got a clue what I'm using. This is just some acrylic, I think it is, from my mum's stash. So I'm trying to get down all these little balls that I've got of just random stuff that I probably wouldn't knit or crochet with otherwise, because I don't like waste, and there's just that much. So I'll probably get another monster or two out of this, and I do have some lime green which I think would go really nice with this. So watch this space. The next time I make something out of this book, we'll probably include some lime green because I need to use it up. So this is the book that I'm using, Edward's Crochet Imaginarium, and I love this book. I really, really love this book. It's got all these monsters on the front. These aren't actual... Well, I suppose you could put the patterns together to make these actual ones, but the patterns are all split up. So you have the main basic body shape, the head and body, and everything else is on sort of these little flappy pages. So I don't really want to show the patterns, but there's obviously the picture for the head. Let's just randomly throw a monster together. There we go. So you would flip until you come across a monster that you like. Or you could do what I'm doing. I'm using a random number generator to pick the head, the arms and the legs from the pattern, from the book, and then I put that together somehow. This is really good. I'm so glad I found this. This was a charity shop find. I don't get to many charity shops. There aren't that many really in the Leicester city centre that I've ever found craft stuff in. So I've really stopped going in them. This was sat in a box outside a charity shop when I went to visit family in Worcester. And it was £2. Was this one £2? Yes, this one was £2. And I also got Edward's Crochet Menagerie, which was, I can't remember now, it was either £1.50 or £2 as well. So yes, I really love these books. And they are books that I have wanted to add to my pattern collection for a while. And I think one of my subscribers, Tina, was actually inspired to get her own book, so she's making some monsters too. Although at the moment, I think she said that she's allowing her grandchildren, or is it children, to choose the monster. So it's a great book. If you like amigurumi and you like the absolute randomness that there is, I would definitely recommend this. Don't know if they've brought any more of these sorts of books out. I'll have to look, because I'd definitely consider getting it in the future. So that is my amigurumi. I've probably only actually got to spend about 2 hours working on that this fortnight. So it's not a lot at all, is it? So my next project that I have been working on is my Enigma CAL. I think I had just received the pattern in the magazine when I last filmed. So I have got the part where I haven't sewn in the ends. I've just noticed I haven't sewn in the ends. Ooh, that's a job. That's a job for another day. I'm knitting socks tonight. So I can't remember which part number it is, but this is the part. So we're adding on some new corners. So it was originally square to here, but now we're rotating it. Ooh. And we've got these corners in. So it's getting quite big now. Let's sit back so you can see all of it. And I'm really enjoying working on it. These were very quick. This was a very quick section to do. I think I got it finished in, I did about an hour worth in the evening, and then maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours the next day. So that's quite good. I'm really enjoying it. This was the overlay slip stitches. I'm still getting to grips with that, but I'm actually quite pleased with how neat that's come out. So this is being crocheted in a variety of yarns. I didn't get the yarn pack. I decided to shop my stash, and I was lucky that I had colours that closely matched that in the yarn kit, because I really liked the look of the colours in the blanket. So we've got all these lovely greens. So some of this is Aldi DK. So this vanilla cream is, I think the green is. Some of it is the Deramores. So this sort of dark peach here, that's a Deramores. And the yellow is one I did have to buy, which is the Patterns, I think. Yeah, Patterns Fab DK. So it's all acrylic. So there's one of the colours. It's an Aldi DK. Getting a bit tangled in some of this yarn. Oh, it's a bit. And there's the Deramore Studio Anti-Pilling DK. So it's all sort of falling out on the floor now, out of my bag. So the great thing is just being able to use up my stash, because I really want to progress through my stash, and I find blankets are a great way to do that, because blankets use a fair chunk of yarn, especially crocheted ones. I have got a couple of knitted blankets in my sights as well, maybe somewhere down the line when I have the patience to knit something that large, because the best thing about crocheting large items is they grow fast. So something this size knitted would probably take months of worth of knitting. But this is months, but that's just a few hours each month. So I look forward to the next issue of Crochet Now, which is due in 2 weeks. So Knit Now is due next week, and Crochet Now is due the week after. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what the next step of this CAL is. So this is the Enigma CAL. It's designed by, so it's all designed by the lovely, oh crikey, press it, the lovely Esther of It's All in a Nutshell. So those of you familiar with the Shapier's crochet alongs will know her lovely soft calming voice that is used in her tutorials that she does. So she does a lot of tutorials. She's currently got the tutorials for Charlotte's Universe on, which is a very pretty blanket. I have so many blankets that I want to make, and Soffity from Australia keeps sending me more that I want to make, and I'm just overwhelmed with choice now, because there's been some choice ones, and certainly the latest one that she sent me does look pretty special, so we shall have to see. So what else have I been working on? That's it for that. So crochet wise, I only really spun, you'll be fed up of seeing this, my cotton shawl that I'm making. So this is in the Modern Crocheted Shawls and Wraps book, and I am making the Shades of Blue shawl. There it is. But I'm doing mine in shades of pink and purple, not blue. So I've done the white, I'm very close to finishing the medium colour. Let's open it out. It's getting really big. I'm loving the size of this that it's getting. So this is absolutely huge. This is definitely by far the largest shawl I've ever crocheted so far. Oh, this is the wrong side. That's where all the ends are. There we are. It's a very easy pattern repeat. I don't have to think much when I work on this. So it's been quite relaxing to have this on my spin, because I have had quite a stressful few weeks at work, and so it's nice to come home and switch off and not even have to think about the pattern. And now I know I am usually one for the more adventurous patterns, and don't get me wrong, I still enjoy a nice adventurous pattern, but at the moment when I come home, all I want to do is just empty my mind and do something that doesn't involve any thinking at all. And this has been lovely for that, definitely. It's great palette cleanser, and so I am using the Knitcraft, which is a Hobbycraft brand, the Knitcraft Cotton Blend Plain. So this is a 50-50, yes, 50-50 cotton acrylic mix, and it's really lovely and soft. And this colour is lilac, and obviously white. This is all I've got left of the second ball, so I'm not actually to the point of following the pattern. I'm just going until I run out of a colour. So I went until I ran out of white. So I'm using 2 balls of each colour, which is 215 metres each ball, so 430 metres or thereabouts. And if I can't finish a row, then I pull back and start the colour at the start of the row. So that's the white and the lilac, and I'm going to follow it up with 2 balls of this very luscious purple. I think it is just called purple. Yeah, it's just called purple. It's lovely. I do like this. It's very, very soft. I will definitely make more things using this yarn. It's really nice, and from what I recall when I bought it there, it had got a great selection of colours. I really like these colours. I would not say no to making something in this colour, definitely. I'm keen to see what it's like knitted as well. But I do have a lot of crocheted tops and things that might benefit, that has a cotton yarn in the recommended yarn. Very rarely do I use the recommended yarn, mainly because I'm trying to do things on a budget. Then that budget seems to be going out of the window lately, mainly because I feel like I have so much more money to spend because I'm saving up my knitting and crochet lesson money. It's mostly for yarn shows, but every now and then I've said, oh well, I'll get that anyway. I need to stop that. 2022 is the year that Helen is not going to buy too much yarn. Gifted yarn, that's different. At least that's what I'm telling Simon when I ask him for some yarn for my 40th, because next year is my 40th. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. I feel so old sometimes when I work with some people. Well, I work with one lady who is older than I am, but she seems so much younger, which is just mad. Oh, I forgot to put my pattern away. I'll have to put that away in a bit. So, knitting. What am I knitting? I've got 2 knitted projects that I've been working on recently. One of them is Silka's fault. I got an Instagram message from Silka. Is it Silka? Who said Stephen West has a sale for his birthday. And I have said that I would love to give a Stephen West pattern a go. So I was like, okay. I went and had a look and I was overwhelmed by the choices. There were absolutely amazing. Lots and lots. And to be honest, I have Slipstravaganza on my bucket list. I was not brave enough to buy that one. But I did buy his, and it's on my phone because I haven't printed it out because the pattern is so easy to remember that I don't really feel like I need to print it. So I did use the discount code that he had for his birthday to get 33% off, and it is the Painting Honeycomb Shawl. It's and there is the man himself. Let's cover my face up. Modelling the painted honeycomb. So the pattern, you actually get 2 patterns for the price of one. So you get the small honeycombs and the larger honeycombs. I've decided to stick with the small ones for now. And the plan is going to be, that is my Advent project. I don't know whether or not I will work on it during Advent. I will have to see how I go time-wise. I am going to be doing Vlogmas again this year. I know quite a few of my subscribers enjoyed that, and they enjoyed seeing the girls on a day-to-day basis and seeing the mischief they get into. And I know Catherine is keen to have a go at doing a little bit of vlogging, so I will be letting her loose with the camera once in a while. So I thought, I don't know if I'll have time to work on it throughout December, but I want to start it in December using my Advent calendar, which I have bought, and I'm not quite sure when it's coming, but the last payment went out last month. I had to send the dyer, I can't even remember the name of the Yarn for the Soul, I think it's called. So it's Yarn for the Soul. She had a payment option. So I have been paying a little bit off each month for a few months now. And I noticed in my diary I didn't have any more payments written down. So I sent her a message and said, does this mean I've finished paying? Does this mean my Advent calendar will definitely be coming? And she said yes. So I'm really looking forward to it. So it's Yarn for the Soul. I did have a quick look at some of her yarn on the website. On her, I shall link her somewhere in the description box below. She does have some lovely yarn, so do go check her out. Christmas wise, I've also I've bought 2 Christmas Eve boxes. The plan was to buy one, which I ordered from Etsy, from a shop I've never shopped from before, which did arrive. The surprise element not there because it wasn't in a box. Well, the parcel was in a box. And I opened the box expecting to find the Christmas Eve box. And it was the package wrapped in tissue paper. So the surprise was completely ruined. But because it comes with a Christmas themed project bag, I put everything in there. And hopefully by Christmas Eve I will have forgotten the colours of the yarn and things. So it will still be a surprise. My other Christmas Eve box that I have ordered is Attic Spin Dye. I was only planning on having one, but then Andy, you naughty man, decided you were doing a Christmas Eve box, and so I've ordered that too. So, it's Andy's fault. It's Andy's fault. He made me do it. Nothing to do with the fact that I am a yarn addict and I can't stop buying yarn. Anyway, the whole point of all of this ramble is I started a practice because I haven't done the honeycomb before, and I basically I was a little bit nervous with it being a Stephen West shawl. Even though it was the most basic one, I have seen it knit up on Needles at the Ready. So Ray, was it Ray? Yes, Ray had knitted. It's a lovely couple. They're just the most amazing gentlemen. I love watching them. Their episodes are longer than mine, if you can believe that. And he made it, and it looked amazing. And he did it using a Halloween advent, which is what gave me the idea. So here is my practice, and I'm really impressed with that. I was so surprised at how easy it is. The cast on was new to me. It was an I-cord cast on. So I had to do an I-cord for I can't remember how many rows of I-cord. And then you pick up along the edge of the I-cord. Oh, it's gone all fuzzy. What's happened there? Oh, there you go. So, oh, getting all tangled with my needle. So then you have to pick up and then you start working the pattern. And it also has this I-cord edging. So I'm at the end of the row, I always have to remember to move the yarn to the front of my work like that. So you can just see there. So because this is just a practice, I'm just using some stash yarn. So, and I'm just going to go until I run out of, it'll probably be the yellow that I run out of first. So I've got some King Cole Big Value and just some Aldi double knit. So this is an acrylic double knit. And I am using the weaving Stephan method for my ends, so I don't have to sew in my ends. So you can see ends there, but I just not trimmed them off. This one I forgot to weave, so I will need to sew that one in. And I'm just going to go until I run out and see if it's big enough for a scarf for Emily, or a little mini shawl for Emily. So I'm really enjoying that, and I'm knitting this on my 4mm Symphony needles, and they're so nice to use. I love these. I'm terrified that I'm going to forget that because I'd been working on this in the mornings whilst Simon's in the shower. So I sort of, when I get up out of bed to go and have my shower when he comes back in, I pop my knitting down, and I'm terrified one day I'm going to just plop myself on my bed while I am getting myself ready for work and break one of these beautiful needles. So that's this. Now I am after some advice in regards to this. So I will need a background colour for my advents. Now obviously my advents being a surprise, I haven't got a clue what colour they are. So I need something fairly plain. Now I do have this Sirdar Snuggly 4-ply, so it's the same weight, and it is, so this is a 55% nylon, 45% acrylic. So it's not a natural fibre. Now the advent that I'm getting is sock yarn, so it is a 75-25 wool nylon mix. Would this work? What do you think? Could I use this in an effort to use up yarn from my stash and also avoid buying more yarn? Or should I go for something with a similar fibre content for knitting it up? That's the thing that I'm struggling with, because I really like the idea of using up yarn from my stash, because that makes space to buy more stash. So I don't know, because I've got about 5 balls of this, so in theory I have enough here to make a couple of sweaters for the girls. So it's not like it wouldn't get used. I would have to find a pattern to knit with it, or crochet. I don't really crochet with the fingering weight yarn that much though. When it is very soft, and I feel like it would have a similar drape to the sock yarn, but I'm not sure. So part of me wonders if I should go for a colour like this, a similar colour, just in case I get some really pale colours in my advent, because would they get washed out with the white as a background? Decisions. I have until December. To decide. But so if you have any input, these are my bargain. Look, that's how much I paid for my yarn. 50p. And it's Sirdar Snuggly. This stuff's like £4 a ball normally. So yes, comments below. What should I do? Stick with the acrylic, or do I go and buy some merino? Let me know in the comments, please. My last work in progress is my new pair of socks. So as you may remember if you have seen me before, I'm knitting the Knit Now Knit Along. Now the format for the knit along for this one, it's the first one I've done knit along before, so I'm not sure what the formats have been previously. But for this one, they are doing seasons. So for each season, so for 8 months, 2 months per season, we will have a sock pattern and a shawl pattern. I planned on making all 8 patterns. I've already decided that the second pattern is a no-go, because there was a printing error in the pattern in the magazine, and I just couldn't get through the pattern. I couldn't seem to get past row like 15, 16 without making a mistake. So it got unravelled and made into the Corallium socks. So this is the first pattern out of the for the knit along, and I didn't make this first because I was waiting for the yarn, because these socks were designed for the yarn that came in the yarn pack that I got with the subscription. So this is the Cashmeri socks. They are designed by Hazel, and it's knitting up so much faster than the Corallium socks. I'm knitting these for me, because why not? I deserve knitted socks too, as much as, if not more, than the children, seeing as it's my little hands making them. So this is the alternative pattern that you... So basically, the idea is, from the yarn pack, you could choose to make the socks, or the shawl. Although that's more of a wrap scarf. I am making the socks. The yarn band has disappeared, so I do not know what has happened to that. It was on our sofa has quite wide arms, and I use my side of the sofa as like a little table that I put things on that I'm using. Like my knitting or my crochet gets put there quite often. So here's the yarn. This is This is a Rico Superba Cashmeri luxury sock. It is 65% wool, 25% polyamide and 10% cashmere. And this is the softest yarn ever. And Catherine has already asked for some of her own. She wants to learn to make socks. After watching me make these, she really, really wants to make socks. But I've told her she needs to finish working on Grandma's scarf. Now, I am already on the gusset decreases. So that's how quick these socks are working up. So the idea of the pattern is, once you get past the rib, you just knit a vanilla sock, but you purl wherever you have the colours, which gives you these lovely coloured ridges on the sock. And I don't know why that's suddenly not focusing properly. And so yes, I am already past the heel. Now the heel was different. It is a heel flap and gusset, but the heel is a ribbed heel, which I haven't done before. I've usually done, it's the knit one, slip one heel. But this is ribbed. So it took me a little bit longer because the knit one, slip one, because you're not knitting as many stitches, worked up very quickly. But I am on the gusset, so hopefully I can give myself enough focus and get the gusset decreases finished in time for bed tonight, maybe. So I'm really enjoying these. And once I've finished this, the next knit along project will be the scarf that goes with the yarn that came in the pack. So this is the yarn that the Corallium socks was designed for, and that will be the picture, this scarf here. So that's what I am working on when I finish these socks. So I'm looking forward to getting to the end of this knit along. It does feel like it's taking a while to get through, but I think that was I just couldn't get going on those socks. I haven't got a clue why, because I enjoyed the pattern. I don't know. It just took forever to knit, and these are knitting up a hell of a lot quicker. So that is, for now, all of my whips. So I've just got a little bit of incoming to show. Right, incoming. So, incoming. Happy mail first. So I follow a very lovely YouTuber called Melissa, of Melissa's Knit and Crochet Spot, and I'm already getting a nose full of candy and I'm really wanting to eat some now. And a couple of weeks ago I got home from work to discover a box on my table, and I was like, oh, I haven't ordered anything, because that's usually the first thing I get asked when there is a box arrive. What have you been buying? No. Nothing. And then he said, well, it's from America. What have you been buying from America? I definitely haven't been buying anything from America. And so I opened it, and there's this absolutely gorgeous card from Melissa. And basically, a little while ago, if you recall my Star Bright sweater that I crocheted, she admired that pattern, and I said, well, when I'm done with it, if you like, you can have the magazine. So when I finished the pattern, I asked for her address, and alongside that particular magazine, I popped a couple of other bits and pieces in with a couple of balls of yarn, because, well, it's nice because she's out, you know, she's in another country, and I thought it'd be nice to send some yarn. One of them she probably had access to because it was a Karen brand. The other one was, I think I sent some Sirdar baby cotton. And it was, yeah, I just thought, well, you know, just send some yarn because she's a lovely lady, and she has some lovely yarn, so I thought I'd send her some lovely yarn. And she sent me some lovely yarn. She also sent some lovely candy. I loved the candy. Now, I have been sharing it, Melissa, with the children. I know you sent it for the girls, but they only like these, the ghost dots. So there's these. I'm not a big jelly sweet fan, so they've enjoyed these, although they have been eating them sparingly. We've been making them last. And candy corn. And I love candy corn. I can't get enough of it. I'm trying to pace myself because I'm down to my last few. I'm like, I've got this many. I'm the only one in the house that likes these. So, yes, they're really, really yummy. And she also sent some chocolate, which I've just realised is still upstairs from when me and the girls were having cuddles and treats the other day. And yeah, so she said, oh, you know, I thought I'd repay the favour and send you some lovely yarn. And she sent me loads. She sent me so much more yarn than I sent her. I feel a little bit guilty. But let's show you what she sent. So we've got some of this. Now, I recall commenting on this yarn. I think, was it this yarn, Melissa, or was it a similar colour? But the I love this yarn. It's really, really soft. Now, I have worked with Red Heart before, because you can get that from a couple of UK suppliers. And I found that a little rough, but this is amazingly soft for an acrylic. It's really nice. And she sent me two of this colour. This is Fruit Punch. It is a medium 4 weight, which I think makes it like a light Aran weight, or is it worsted weight yarn. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to make with it yet. I'm dying to start something with all this new yarn. So I've got all the yarn I had from Soffity, which I still haven't decided what I'm making with that Soffity. So I've got two of those and this colour as well. So I've got two of these in this colourway, which is Belladonna, and this is gorgeous. Just look at those colours. This is absolutely beautiful. The pinks and the yellows and the greys. Oh, Melissa, so thank you. It's so lovely. And I just, so yeah, so there's two of those. So the band has come off on this one a little bit, and there is an Afghan pattern on here, though it requires 5 balls. So I won't be trying that one with this yarn, but it's so lovely. So lovely. And because it's been in here with the candy corn, it smells of candy corn. So she also sent me, and I've always admired her cottons that she has. She uses a lot of cotton. So it's the I Love This Cotton. Now this is the colour gold. It's a medium 4 weight again. So again, it's probably a little bit more than a DK weight, I think. Because I think in the US, a DK is a 3 weight. You might have to clarify that one, Melissa. Am I right on that one? But this is, I've got 2 balls of this. And this is really nice. And very, very soft. And 2 balls of this, which is the same. It's the same cotton. It's 100% cotton. This one's called Harvest, and I love those colours. And I really think that those colours go together really, really well. So I might have to find a pattern that I can stripe it with. Because that's just really, really, I feel so spoiled. And then, and then this loveliness, this loveliness in the box. Oh, look at the sparkles. Oh, you can see the sparkles. I'm so glad you can see the sparkles. Oh, look. This is just the most amazing colour. Oh, Melissa, just my heart melted when I saw this colour. Oh, this needs to be a shawl. Definitely is going to be a shawl. I'm not sure. I'll have to find a knitting pattern for this because that will just use the one skein. So this is the Yarn Bee Authentic Hand Dyed Luxe Greens and Grains. Oh, let's get it. Oh, there it is. And it's beautiful. It's a 99% superwash merino, 1% metallic polyester. So it can't be socks because there's no nylon in it. Or it could be socks, but I wouldn't be able to wear them very often for fear of wearing them out. But this is a beautiful colour. Absolutely gorgeous. So yes, thank you, Melissa. I felt very, very spoiled, and it couldn't have come on a better day. I was feeling really, really rubbish that day when this arrived, and I went from really grumpy to the biggest smile on my face ever. So thank you. I feel really blessed to have you as a yarny friend. So now that that's all been shown, Simon will be very glad that the box is being put away and the yarn put on the shelf, because the box has been in the way all week since it's been here, because I've not wanted to put it away until I've showed it to you. But it's so lovely. It is so, so lovely. So then, so I don't know how many of you will remember, but I have been taking part in a COVID survey where we get a voucher, a gift voucher, not a very large gift voucher, just I think it was £25, just for taking part in the survey, answering some questions about our activities over the previous week or so, and then taking a COVID test. Now, I've missed the last couple of visits, so Catherine and Simon have had more vouchers than me. But my last voucher, I decided to use it, to swap it for a John Lewis voucher, because you basically get given an e-voucher and you choose which shop and what denomination that you spend it on. I thought, well, I needed some DPNs. I have a pattern for some mitts that I'm going to make for Simon, some hand warmers, because he complains around this time of year that his hands get cold while he's working from home. And we try to use the heating as little as possible. So I have offered to attempt to make him some mitts. That's the plan. I need to get some DPNs in the right size before I start them. I have the pattern, I just need the DPNs. The yarn I can use from my stash. So that is the plan, was the plan. So I get the voucher, go onto the John Lewis website, find the DPNs, put in the sizes I want, out of stock. Out of stock. And once you've used these vouchers, you only have a certain amount of days to use them. So what else could I do but buy some yarn? This is yarn that I love. I already know I love it because I've used this in different colours before. I've got the King Cole Drifter, and I've got 2 of these. Was it 2? Yes, I bought 2 of these, and it's really, really nice. I love this. This is the colour Rhode Island. Just look at those colours. And this is a 25% cotton, 6% wool, and 69% premium acrylic. And it's a beautiful blend. It has when I crocheted a shawl in this brand before, and it had the most amazing drape to it. It's one of Catherine's favourite shawls that I've ever made her. So I also got some of this. Now it's very strange because they're all the same lot, they're all the same colour, but this ball looks drastically different to these 2 balls. This is the King Cole Bramble. So DK weight yarn. This is the colourway Mixed Berries. There it is. And this is a 100% premium acrylic yarn. And I had to check the dye lots because of how different the balls look. And I think it's just the colour variation. So there you go. Look, dye lot 635524. 635524. And this drastically darker ball 635524. So they're all the same lot, just, I think it's just the way they've wound. So each ball has 290 metres. I haven't decided what this is going to be yet, but I'm looking forward to discovering what I'm going to make with it. So that is all of my incoming. That's pretty, oh, I do have one more thing left to talk about. I was going through all my mum's old patterns the other day, just to see if there was anything that jumped out. A lot of them are the old-fashioned 80s type patterns, so some of it's not really my taste, but some of it is a little bit older, like the 60s and 70s, which is slightly more to my taste, in slightly less glary colours. And I found this. I have not got a clue how old this pattern is. I don't even think it's my mum's pattern because my mum never knitted socks. So I wonder if this might have been one of my grandma's patterns. I know my mum's mum, while they didn't have a great relationship, but she was a knitter too. So I wonder if it was hers, or is this just one that my mum, because mum was always picking up patterns in the charity shops. Is it one that she's picked up, I wonder? I don't know. But yes, so I'm going to try some of these. I'm going to look into it to see how... I'm going to look into it, do a bit of research and see how old this pattern actually is. But it's, I mean, is that a shilling? Is that how a shilling was written in the old days? I don't know. I'm pounds and pence. I've always been pounds and pence. Yeah, it was quite a surprise to spot. And happily, they're for 5 to 8 inch foot, and Emily has got a 7-inch foot, so these will fit Emily if I can make them. I can't wait to have a go. So if you know anything about this pattern or can suggest any other vintage, like proper vintage, this vintage patterns, I would definitely be interested in seeing them because I'm I remember wearing socks that looked a lot like that, but not hand knit ones, shop bought ones. So I can't wait. I'm going to have a go at doing those at some point along the way in my sock knitting adventures. So yes, that's everything. I've actually made this video longer than I expected it to be, with all the chitty chatter, because I didn't have a lot to show, so I thought I'd be over and done with in half an hour. I talk too much. Just tell me to shut up. So I think I'll have to leave it there. It's almost time to go and get Catherine from Girl Guides. She's playing Zorb football tonight, of all things, and it's almost time to go and fetch her. And I didn't make myself a cup of tea tonight, so my throat is feeling a little dry, so I shall go and make myself a drink and do some more knitting on my sock. I love this yarn so much. So I will see you all again in a couple of weeks. And that will be just before I go to Wool at Junction 13. I bought my tickets. Andy, I'm going to see you there. Definitely. Don't forget those blanket balls. I'm saving up. I'm going to try not to spend it all at Andy's stall, because that wouldn't be fair to the other vendors. But I shall see you again in a couple of weeks. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And if feel free to leave any comments. I'm always open to anyone reaching out if they want to email or Instagram messages, things like that. Just all my contact details are below, and I will see you again soon. Bye.